Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, all. So, I thank and welcome all of you to this My Time, the day 6 of My Time. This is the time between the World Meditation Day and the International Day of Yoga, which we are dedicating this special time to the special person that is ourselves. So, today we are in the day 6 of My Time, which is organized by IFSS and PSSM Global. And from the day one, we have been looking at the basics of meditation. And yesterday, we went through the most important topic, which is the presence. Only in the presence, we can take the control of changing the behaviors. We can take the control of the reality. We can take the control of the way we perceive things. So, the present moment is so very important. And Sampit underlined that from nowhere, if we can come down to now and here, it is going to be life changing. So, with that, he also mentioned about the pain body, which is the emotional side of the ego. Today, we will be actually digging deeper into this emotional part of the ego and getting to know what really happens when we meditate and get regular with the practice of meditation. So, without an ado, let's jump into the meditation before we get into the topic and ground ourselves, empty our mind to grasp the subject in a deeper and a better perspectives. So to conduct the meditation, I welcome Sunil, who is the trustee of IFSS, and we all know him. Hi, good morning, Sunil.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Prithvi.
Yes. So please take us through the meditation today.
Thank you so much. Good morning and good evening to all the participants who have joined from different corners of the globe. And let us start the meditation. We all know how to sit and how to meditate by now. It's the 7th day today. And yes, the procedure is so simple. Sit comfortably wherever you are. Adjust your postures. If you're sitting on a chair or a sofa, take support of your back. You can lean. Do not lean so much that you sleep off, but just lean so much that you're taking an appropriate support for your back. If you're sitting on a floor, you can sit comfortably. Take the support of the wall if needed. If you're sitting on a chair, you may cross your feet left on right or right on left. Just cross your feet. Sorry, cross your leg. Clasp your fingers into fingers. Just clasp. Place them in your lap. Do not close your eyes yet. Just gather yourself. Just be aware of the surroundings. Aware of your room. Be aware of all the sounds that you can hear. It's okay if there are some noises around, like barking dogs or street vendors selling anything or any other noises. It's all okay. Just pay attention overall. Do not get frowned, do not be happy. Just be as it is. Now, make sure your postures are right. Sit comfortably. Bring your attention to your body now. Now, you may slowly close your eyes. Before that, if at all you're wearing spectacles, please remove them. It's not needed while meditating. Bring your attention to your body. One of the fundamental things while you meditate is to see that you are sitting comfortably. That's in Sthira Sukhasana. So let's just scan from head to toe. See that your forehead is relaxed, your eyebrows, your chin, your mouth, lips, just relax the face. Drop your jaw if it is tightly kept. Relax. Relax your neck, your shoulders, arm, and the fingers that you have clasped. If it is tightly clasped, just loosen it a bit. Let the fingers be completely relaxed. Relax your upper body, your back, your tummy, lower back. Let all your complete upper body be relaxed. Let every cell be in a relaxed state. Relax your legs, your thigh muscles, your calf muscles, feet, toes. If needed, you can adjust your crossed legs a little bit to make it comfortable. Yes. A quick scan again from head to toe. Your body is now completely relaxed and at ease. Be aware of your body. The entire body is now one unit. Now, slowly bring your attention to your breath. Take a couple of deep breaths if required. This is ideally not needed, but just to catch hold of the breath. Now breathe naturally. You can feel your breath in your nose, tummy, or anywhere you like. Just be with your breath. Be with your ingoing and outgoing breath. We need not alter our breath. Let it go the way it is. Just be natural at your own pace. This meditation is called Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation. Ana means ingoing breath. Apana means outgoing breath. And Sati means just being with the breath. Your breath is your guru. Do not visualize any idol or a guru or any individual. Your own breath Is your guru. Just be with it. We'll play music in the background, but the attention should be with the breath. You may still hear noises around. The room temperature may be high or low. It's all okay. Thoughts of various forms and nature will cross, that's okay. It happens, cut the thought and back to your breath. Please cut the thought and come back to your breath, my dear friends. Please cut the thoughts and come back to your breath. Do not get involved or identify with these thoughts. Let's park them like parking a vehicle for a while. This is my time. Let's be with our own breath, just with the breath. Beautiful, my dear friends. Come back to your breath. Cut the thoughts and come back to your breath. Beautiful. Please come back to your breath. Cut your thoughts and be with your breath. Last 10 minutes. Please continue to be with your breath. Last 2 minutes. Be with your breath. Please do not open your eyes yet. Be with your breath. Slowly bring your attention back to your body. Please keep your eyes closed. Observe your body. Bring your attention to your room, the place you're sitting. Now, slowly at your ease, gently unclasp your fingers and place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You may slowly remove your fingers and open your eyes when you're ready. And give a smile. Take your time. You may come back slowly. Fantastic. Give kudos to yourself for those wonderful 40 minutes for your time, my time. At this point, I wish to just ask, how was your meditation? You can just put your words in chat. How was it? Good? Bad? Okay. Whatever it is, you can just let me ask Prithvi. Generally, Prithvi, let me just ask you, how is it when you meditate?
It's very relaxing, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of thoughts come in, but still, the music takes us into the deeper states, and it's really very relaxing. And every day we are meditating and seeing some changes, something happening within, some awareness coming up, and not just in the meditation, the effects are seen even after the meditation, during the day also. That awareness, that mindfulness in during the acts is also developing. So the meditation was really amazing today. It was really very relaxing. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. So, my friends used to ask me how was meditation in my beginning time or even these days. So, my answers were different in different times. Sometimes my answers were, oh, wow, it was like you said, it was completely peaceful, very calm, it was soothing. And sometimes a meditation was really horrible. Oh, it was flood of thoughts coming in, and it was really, I couldn't even catch my breath even for a second. The whole 40-45 minutes was full of thoughts. Sometimes when I sit for meditation, bodily pain takes over and my entire attention goes to the pain. And sometimes the music is beautiful and I just love the music. Maybe I heard that music for the first time and I was crossed into it. I was completely with the music, but not with the meditation, not with the awareness. Sometimes the music was not good, so I used to not enjoy. Arey, what music is being played? I can see one person also mentioned the music is very, very low. Well, these are different types of experiences, different types of, situations we go through. Now, the context, I'm just trying to set the context here. So today we will discuss about the churning of mind. What really happens when we sit and meditate, and what is that process? What is the way we are progressing towards this transformation? We all have been talking about transformation, right? So this concept, this churning of mind, this transformation is very, very beautifully explained in a mythological story called Sagar Manthan. So today we will just deep dive into what this story is actually talking about, and then we will talk from the scientific perspective very soon after finishing this mythological story. Let me share my screen. Please let me know if it is very simple. Please give me a moment. Prithvi, is my screen visible?
Yes, Sunil, we can see it.
Okay, thank you. I'm just trying to drop the bar down. Okay, all right. So most of us must be aware of this story called Sagar Manthan. So I'll not deep dive into the story part of it, but we will try to analyze and understand what this story is trying to explain us. Now, today we have gadgets, we have a lot of online applications and different ways and methodologies to teach and learn different concepts. In the past, it was just the story. The guru comes and narrates a story, and a lot of these teachings happens in real time. So that's when this Sagar Manthan was explained. So let's understand this. So let's first, okay, is the screen not moving? Okay. So I want you to understand the story, just go through the story and yourself, keep yourself in that picture, this whole meditation process. So at the time when you decided that spirituality or self-transformation is important, so this self-transformation is itself is a churning process. So for this process, this requires the integration of both positive and negative aspects of human personality. And in this spiritual practice, the impurities and evil nature also play a very important role by creating a lot of barriers and difficulties on our path. And it's only when we overcome these barriers and difficulties, we challenge ourselves and we improve different ways to strengthen ourselves and build a character. So as long as we are vulnerable to them, cannot progress on this path. So, as I said, this is beautifully explained in this story of Sagar Manthan. And this whole process of Sagar Manthan is a self-transformation. So now we all have decided, okay, let me get into meditation, let me get into this spiritual journey, and let me try to overcome whatever that I'm facing or probably searching for the truth. So the churning is inevitable. Now, before getting to the crux of the story, let me explain the characters. We all know gods and demons, they sat together and they decided, okay, let's do a churning and get the elixir. Elixir is nothing but the final thing that you get, which makes you liberated. So here, gods and demons are nothing but good and bad. So in order for a human to seek liberation through spiritual practice, you got to integrate between these good and bad, this positive and negative energies, and so on. Ocean of milk, also known as Kshir Sagar, this represents the mind. And those thoughts and emotions are like those waves. Mount Mandhara, this mountain stands for concentration. So in this Mandhara, man means mind, and dhara means a single line of concentration. Tortoise stands for withdrawal of mind and senses into oneself. Now, this is essential to the practice of meditation. The serpent Vasuki, this represents desire or intention. Manthan, the whole process of churning, this represents the spiritual transformation or purification of mind and the body. Halahal, the great poison, this represents all the negativity that surfaces in your consciousness when you begin your spiritual practice. Lord Shiva. Shiva, we all know, symbolizes the ascetic principle, the destroyer of illusion, inwardly detached, pure and austere. So it also means gaining control over the mind through breath control. The divine objects that comes after these negativities come, they stand for spiritual power or perfections. And then Dhanvantri. Dhanvantri signifies that spiritual success can be achieved only when the body and mind are in a perfect state of health, the one who bought this Amrit or elixir. Then comes the Mohini, the delusion of mind in the form of pride or ego. This also symbolizes the power of Maya. Now, this is the last hurdle one has to overcome in the spiritual life before experiencing self-realization. And lastly, Amrit, which is self-realization or liberation. Okay, so now the Manthan started. So Manthan is nothing but self-transformation. So here we decided, okay, let me sit for meditation. Let me start my meditation and the practice of self-transformation. Let me just get into this. So that's a self-transformation. Gods and demons firmly held the serpent Vasuki. So here gods and demons are the good and bad qualities in us. They firmly held this Vasuki. Vasuki is nothing but the desire. And churned is a churning happening in the mind. Now, when this churning mind happens, that is good and bad qualities, the thoughts and everything are being churned with the assistance of Mount Mandhara, that is concentration. We are trying to concentrate. Okay, we are actually getting dwindled between the good and bad. That's when tortoise, that is Vishnu, comes underneath the ocean and holds the Mandhara, keep it firm. And tortoise represents the withdrawal of senses. So when this happens, we withdraw our senses and we withdraw the senses. So now that the concentration is set and it is all fine, the churning goes on, happens, and the very first thing that manifests is halahal, the negativities. So when we sit for meditation, it's the negative things which actually comes first, mostly. You find a lot of negative characters, negative manifestations that had happened, or whatever we are carrying through from our childhood or past lives, all comes over. That is when Lord Shiva came and gulped the halahal. So here, Lord Shiva represents self-discipline. It's also representing the breath. So you remember when we sit for meditation, we mention cut the thoughts and come back to your breath. So it's nothing but you cut those negative thoughts and come back to your breath. So when we be with the breath, we automatically cut those thoughts. So that's the discipline we need to maintain. That's the self-discipline we need to bring. And again, the churning began. Then, once we are disciplined, divine objects showed up. And divine objects are nothing but perfections. So perfections, divine objects like Kamadhenu, a lot of things showed up. So the perfections are nothing but certain positive and beautiful experiences we get. For some, it could be a third eye. For some, it could be, oh, I got my job, the dream job, or it could be, material, non-material, or it could be just peace. Oh, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I'm at peace. So all those perfections shows up. And then lastly, Dhanvantri appeared with the Amrit. And Dhanvantri is nothing but health and physical well-being. And he brings the Amrit, which is the liberation. So we get to that state of liberating, and that's where another beautiful character comes, Mohini. And Mohini character is pride and ego. It represents pride and ego. So once we start seeing these perfections, ego comes in. Oh, we feel, oh, I'm in a different state now. I am ahead of others. The I, it keeps coming and it takes over you. So as per the story, you understand, right? When the demons fell for Mohini, they forgot about the elixir, they forgot about the Amrit. They just went behind Mohini. So this is when we have to be aware and cut the ego. And gods chose to be paying attention, be aware of the elixir, and they got liberated. They became self-realized, and that elixir helped them to be, the story, how it goes. So the most important message here is we should not throw away the precious opportunity of pursuing the evil desires or engaging in selfish actions under the spell of Maya. We should practice meditation, cultivate all the divine qualities, work towards our liberation without becoming deluded or distracted, or without even losing their focus on liberation. So these are all the pathway. This is the whole process is turning. So when we sit for meditation, this is what is happening. So this story is beautifully explained. In this story, I hope my presentation is stopped, right? So this story is beautifully explaining the inner meaning of this self-transformation. So in the past, it was stories like this that actually helped people to understand how the process goes on. Now, the same thing we want to also explain in the more scientific manner. Here, Prithvi is coming with her explanation about the scientific side of this subconscious mind. Prithvi, let's just, now that we discussed about the mythological side, why don't you throw some light about the same from the scientific perspective?
Yes, so very important, Sunil. Beautifully, you explained the Sagar Manthan. Our ancestors have come up with stories to make us understand the process, what happens, and it is so symbolical that every character is representing something that happens so really. And today, I really want to highlight one spiritual scientist, a scientist who has done immense work in this area of emotions, understanding the emotions, and she has particularly worked on the purification of the mind. What exactly happens when we sit with our breath? She practiced this breath awareness meditation for herself, and then she did a lot of studies on the yogis, long time practitioners, and she is actually the first person who said that the body and mind are connected. We have been treating the body separately. and we are trying to heal or cure the diseases only by looking at the body, but body and mind are very much related. Whatever goes in the mind has an impact on the body, and she was the first person to lay down the base for psychoneuroimmunology, a subject like that. After her studies, a lot of people jumped into it and started to work on this area, but initially she had a very rough time where the conventional scientific community could not actually accept the fact that the disease that was happening in the body was rooted in the mind. They couldn't accept this fact. But she has beautifully explained it in her research. She did immense work and she has published almost around 250 scientific research papers on peptides, proteins, and opiates. So let me just quickly show you who she is. 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Not yet, Prithvi. Probably it's coming.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, it's coming. Yes, we can see.
You can see, right? Yeah. So she is nothing, she is actually Candace B. Pert. She was born in June 26th, 1946. That was the time where, in the 1950s is the time when actual studies on meditation took a peak. And that is when people started to actually accept meditation as a scientific practice, not just as a spiritual practice. So she is an American neuroscientist who discovered opioid receptors. So in the brain, there are receptors which gets attached to the endorphins, like the neurotransmitters. Whatever the neurotransmitters get released in the body, right? It gets attached to a receptor. And she is the person who discovered there was a receptor where these cells connect to those neurotransmitters and act accordingly to the biochemicals that is released. And she is a contributor of the psychoneuroimmunology field, which talks about the connection between body, mind, and immune system. So she is an author of the book called Molecules of Emotion. Today, whatever I'll be speaking is from this book called Molecules of Emotions, and your body is your subconscious mind. Okay, she has been a contributing author to the Measuring the Immeasurable, the scientific case studies of for the spirituality. So her book, which I was mentioning as Molecules of Emotions, in that she says that till then people were believing that the memory is only collected in the brain. Brain is the only part of the body which has memory. But then she said, no, every single cell in the body is collecting memory. Every single cell in the body is a mind. So your mind is in every cell of your body. The memory, whatever kind of experiences we are having, whatever kind of emotions we go through, whatever kind of feelings we keep suppressing, right? It accumulates in every single cell of the body. It's not just accumulated in the mind or in the brain. I'm sorry. So in this book, she talks a lot about, you see this two neurons, right? In between, there are small lightings kind of things. Those are the neurotransmitters. And here the receptors are here, right? So she said that in her research, she got to know that whenever a person experiences a kind of emotion, it might be anger, it might be frustration, a body response gives the signal to the brain, and brain releases a lot of neurotransmitters, and these neurotransmitters gets in bloodstream and it gets body to body. So she was telling that whenever the emotions are expressed, which is to say that the biochemicals that are substrate of emotions are flowing freely, all systems are united and made whole. So the body doesn't act separately. There is a unification in the body. But when we suppress any kind of emotions, if we suppress the anger, if we suppress our sad feelings, what happens is these neurotransmitters, they do not get into the bloodstream. They get accumulated. They do not go to the next cell. You see here the green things, right? These are getting accumulated. So the neurotransmitters, if they get accumulated in one cell, if they keep getting accumulated, what happens is they result in inflammation of that cell. So if you go to any doctors, they actually cannot say why inflammation happens. Day before yesterday, I took my aunt to the doctor because she was having very bad aches and she couldn't walk. She had stiffness in the bones. Okay. And the doctor had prescribed a lot of antibiotics, antimicrobial medicines for a month time. And they said that a lot of C-reactive protein is released in her body because of the inflammation in her body. So I asked the doctor why inflammation has happened. He couldn't actually answer me. He said, inflammation has happened. I don't know why it has happened. It is not because of any bacterial infection or viral infection. It has happened. But the real reason here is the inflammation happens when the accumulated peptides in the body are treated as foreign particles by our own immune system. This is what we call as autoimmune disease, where our immune system is meant to protect our body, but our immune system starts treating our own body as a foreign particle and starts destroying that particular cell. That is when the inflammation happens. So she continued her study in this particular thing, and she said, if we suppress any kind of emotions, these peptides are getting accumulated. There is a memory in every cell of that particular emotion. Okay. And she continued saying that as our feelings change, this mixture of peptides travel throughout your body and your brain, and they are literally changing the chemistry of every cell in your body. So these peptides, whatever emotions we feel, right, they are making the chemistry of the body. It is the thoughts that we get and the feelings that we get is creating the environment for the body. And further, she started to practice meditation and she wanted to see that the actual medication, what doctors were giving, was not right because they were really not understanding why this inflammation was happening. So she really wanted to understand why this happens. So she started to practice meditation. So she said that simply being aware, bringing the awareness to the process of breathing initiates the release of these peptide molecules from the hindbrain to regulate breathing while unifying all systems. This is such an important thing. She says that when we sit for meditation, these accumulated peptides in the cells, in every cell, gets released into the system by unifying the whole body, which means when we are meditating, these difficult emotions which we have been suppressing since our childhood gets into the bloodstream and we start feeling those emotions. We start feeling the elevated difficult emotions. And she said that most of the psychologists treat mind as disembodied, a phenomenon with little or no connection with the physical body at all. And conversely, physicians also are treating with no regard to the mind or the emotions. A lot of us, like day before yesterday, when I took my aunt to the doctor, they didn't even ask her how you're feeling, are you really worried about something, what is really troubling you. They didn't ask anything. They simply prescribed the medicines to maintain that inflammation, to reduce that infection that had happened, but they were really not treating the emotions. So she says that body and mind are not separate. We cannot treat one without the other. So to treat the body, we have to understand what really is going in the mind. Okay, then with her further study, she understood, she has written another book called Your Body is Your Subconscious Mind. Okay, your complete body is an accumulation of all the memories from your childhood. So your body is your subconscious mind, and you cannot heal it just by talks alone. You have to meditate. To understand what subconscious mind is, I'll quickly tell what subconscious mind is. We have all been hearing that the conscious mind is just the tip of the iceberg, where the science also has revealed that only 5% of the day we are operating from the conscious mind. And 95% of the time, we are operating from the subconscious mind. So, what really is in the subconscious mind? So, subconscious mind is the data bank for everything. Since our childhood, whatever we have heard, whatever we have seen, whatever behaviors have been, we are exposed to, all those memories are accumulated in the subconscious mind, especially the first 7 years of the birth time, right? We program our subconscious mind. Anything and everything that is said, done, or taught in that first 7 years is like a blueprint for the next rest of our life, because that is the memory where we build a belief system, we build our pattern of thinking, we build our skills, we build our habits. So everything that you have seen, done, and thought is also there. It's kind of a guiding system. So this memory, we are not really conscious. A lot of times we think that I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have reacted in this way. I shouldn't have got so angry. Uh, where is it coming from? That is a pattern of the mind, which is in the subconscious mind. It is your behavior. Okay. So, what meditation does is it helps us to clear the unhelpful imprints in the subconscious. So, whatever unhelpful imprints means, the difficult memories, the behaviors which we don't want, the beliefs, the limiting beliefs that I am not good enough, I am scared, I don't look good. All these belief systems which we have been carrying since our childhood, we can clear them. How that happens is when we meditate, we saw that the brain functions differently, right? The brain goes from beta, which is high activity of the brain, to lower alpha, where we start getting settling into the meditative state, and then we go into theta and delta. Theta and delta are the doorways for subconscious mind. So when we get into theta and delta states of mind with awareness, we go to theta and delta during the sleep also, but we are not aware of it. Only and only in meditation, we can tap into theta and delta with awareness. We can tap into the subconscious mind and see our belief systems, what our belief systems are, what our emotions are, what our habits are. It starts coming onto the layer. We start seeing the behaviors of ours. It starts coming onto the layer, and we become aware of our subconscious patterns, the subconscious imaginations, the subconscious habit. So this is not really a very pleasant experience. In fact, Candy Spurt shares her experience in the Molecules of Emotions in that book. She says that when she sat for meditation after about few days, couple of days of practice, she was meditating, she was practicing the breath mindfulness meditation, and suddenly she saw a flash of images in front of her eyes, where she saw that her father was lying on a bed with all those equipments in a ICU. He was about to die. He was on his deathbed. And when she saw those visions, a lot of fear hormones, the cortisols, everything that was accumulated in her body started circulating. It got released. And she started shivering, she started sweating, she started getting faster breaths. And then she was closely observing herself that, she had this fear of death since her childhood. Her father was doing all well. She don't know why she got that vision, but the purpose of that vision was to release the fear hormones, fear peptides, fear neurotransmitters, cortisols that was accumulated in her body, and to release it so that the fear of death that she was carrying since her childhood was coming onto the layer, and she was letting go of. She was feeling it, she was being with it, and she was letting it go. So she said, meditation is not always a pleasantful experience. The purification of emotions happens during meditation. The purification of mind happens during meditation. A lot of us, uh, start seeing our attachments towards the things that we have. And when we see that attachment, we start self-judging ourselves. We start thinking that, oh God, I'm so selfish. The meditation is making me so selfish to realize that I have been so selfish. And we start judging ourselves, we start putting ourselves down. In fact, my personal experience in this is, I used to teach meditation. I was practicing guided meditation, and then I used to teach guided meditation to people with a lot of confidence, because it was making people relax, it was making people go to a very peaceful state and all. I used to do it very confidently. But once I came into Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, the breath meditation, the mind got into that silence where I allowed the subconscious mind to come onto the layer. And I saw that I didn't know anything about meditation. That put me so down. I started self doubting about myself. I started, I went so underconfident. I stopped classes. I stopped teaching meditation because I thought, I don't know anything about meditation. What will I teach? So, first, let me practice it. But then I realized this is a process. When we get into that silence, when we get into that stillness of mind, all the accumulated memory starts coming onto the layer. We shouldn't be actually uh, we shouldn't be there's one more, it's not moving. Okay, there was one more slide. Okay, anyways, so whenever we are meditating, if we go through these kinds of difficult emotions, we have to understand we are clearing the old memories. It is a it is a sign that the churning of the mind has started. All the halahal, the negatives are coming onto the layer. If we react to these negativities with self doubt, with criticism, with judgments, we are going to multiply it. It is not going to help us in any other way if we react to these memories. Only thing that we need to do is, without reacting, with equanimity, with neutrality, we have to just observe. We have to just allow those emotions to come onto the layer, feel. They say, feel to heal. So, whatever the emotions are, however difficult it is, feel those emotions, allow those emotions, be with it, observe it with equanimity, and know that this too will pass. Nothing is permanent. So thank you, Sunil. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prithvi. That was amazing. That was so beautifully explained in logical terms, in terms of scientific temperament. Yeah, so we can now open up for Q&A, right, Prithvi?
Yes, Sunil. And before that, I wanted to actually also share my Vipassana experience because for 10 days, I was in silence, complete silence. And also, I was meditating for about 8 to 9 hours of time. So much of meditation and silence churned the mind that immediately after my Vipassana, when I came back home, I fell sick. I was bedridden. I didn't know why I got fever, just fever, nothing else. And that fever didn't go for about 1 month. For 1 month, I was bedridden. I lost around 4 to 5 kgs of weight. Body became very weak. And my parents and people, friends, everybody started telling, what are you doing? Why you want to meditate and do all these things at this age? Really, why you so mad about it? But nothing of that disturbed because I knew that this Sagar Manthan will happen when we meditate. I knew that this purification of mind happens, and I was just observing. I didn't take any medicines. I have stopped taking medicines from 5 years now, almost 5 years now, and I didn't take any medicines. I was just resting, observing, and I continued meditation. So this is the final message that practice of meditation is not meant to just calm ourselves, it is meant to purify ourselves.
Correct. Exactly. You nailed that. It's not just always a good things which comes and we just get attached to that. I wish I get that experience again today while meditating. So we all go through that experience, and that's how this manthan is all about. Thank you so much.
So, Sunil, if we have Sharma sir on the call, can we hear his experience of meditation?
Yeah, yes. Can
Uh,
yes. Sharma sir is here. I have unmuted. Sharma sir. Uh,
I didn't see Sharma sir. We can call upon Bhavani madam also.
okay. I
Uh,
have asked to
Bhavani,
unmute. Bhavani ma'am, can you? Okay, yeah, unable to unmute. I have unmuted you, but can somebody please help unmute? Ah, yeah, all right, there you go. Yes, ma'am.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Actually, I was just traveling. We were like at the mini DMC here, and then we just came back.
so, ma'am, from how
Thank you
long are
so
you
much for.
meditating?
It's been like 2 years, ma'am. 2020. I mean, I would say like 3 years. Sorry, am I
How
audible, ma'am?
How is your experience? Can you please share your meditation experience from last 2 years?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I came into meditation through my husband, but I was more into puja in that way. But like once he started, I just followed him. In the initial days, I was like not much like until I was like very rapid, like that was inconsistent. Actually, I was not consistent with my meditations, and then after some time, I used to like get all kind of excuses, like this is not the time for me. Maybe this is not it. But once like I got the taste of it, and I really now I like it, and then I'm doing. And once like I said, like sir, it's meditation. It's just like when you like actually the Sagar method for me also it was like all sorts of thoughts were coming like I used to think like no I'm a good person and I'm good like everyone is like this is thing this is happening to me why only because I'm good I'm talking to nice to everyone I'm being nice but why everyone is like like this to me but later I'm like that it's not with them it's with me so everything happens like because of us like whatever it has something to do with me not with others. And when I realized that, and then now I see a lot of difference in me. Uh, before that I used to use for excuses, like look for excuses, but now I do meditate regularly. And then when the pyramids came, and then I started doing pyramid meditation also at home. And after that, like last year, like 2023, October, we had DNC, first Dhyana Mahachakram in Dallas. And then after that, I really see a lot of difference in me. And even my thinking, it has changed. Um, Before that, I used to like think of others like okay, whatever the problem is, like okay, I'm good, so this is something to do with others. But now I feel like no, it's with me. So whatever problem is there, like whatever things, this is all my like previous like the karma, whatever I mean, like this is all my creation. It's not something else for someone else's. So now the perspective is changed, and then I do see a change in me, and then I'm really loving my meditation now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a beautiful realization.
Thank you, sir.
Amazing. Thank you so
sir.
much, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, yes, friends, we are now open for question answer session. You may feel free to ask a question in chat or raise your hand. By the time the question, yeah, sorry, yeah, Prithvi.
Also, you can share your experience. We've been meditating from 6 days. So
yes,
if any kind of experiences, you can also share.
You can always share that. Yeah, yeah. So by the time people raise their hands or chat their questions down, maybe we invite Rajan sir, chairman of IFSS, to speak few words. Good morning, sir. I'll just unmute, sir. All right. Sir, you're able to unmute? Yeah. Good morning, sir. How are you? Sir, we are not able to hear you. We cannot hear you, sir. We cannot hear you, sir. We are now on mute, sir. Let me try to unmute. Yeah. It's unmuted from, I think there is some problem with your mic, probably. Sir, we cannot hear you. One suggestion is you can exit the Zoom and log in back. We'll wait. There's probably some problem with the mic. You can log out and log in, sir. All right, friends. Are there any questions, any comments, chat? You can raise a hand or put your questions on the chat. We'll be happy to take up. Looks like everybody's going through their manthan. There's a question posted in the chat. Hello, sir. Struggling to start meditation, want to start, but don't know from where I can start. Please guide me. Well, the very phrase that you mentioned, want to start, that's enough. You can just start anytime. The beauty of Ana-Pana-Sati meditation is you can just start without any prerequisite. Just sit for meditation and start. And the biggest hurdle, what I feel when I was a beginner, is I always see people meditating for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour. And that was like, oh my God, I cannot do that. That was one big hurdle. So my friends suggested me, no. Start with 2 minutes or 3 minutes or however time, whatever time that you can be comfortable with. And slowly, progressively, you can increase the time. So you can start maybe for 5 minutes, meditate whenever you can, whatever time is comfortable to you. Mornings are the best, but morning, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you are. Just see that you don't meditate soon after eating food. So I think that should be good enough. Prithvi, you want to add something onto that?
Yeah, Ana-Pana-Sati meditation is so simple that anybody, anywhere, anytime, we can do it. So they have asked where to start. Anywhere, anytime. That is the answer. And also, the steps are very simple. Clasp your hands, cross your legs, sit in the comfortable position, and close your eyes. All the senses are withdrawn, and start observing your natural breath. That's all we need to do. Be it a beginner, be it a seasoned practitioner, this is the steps for Anapanasati. That's all. So just start doing it. Keep joining our sessions early in the morning, from wherever you're joining. Just join our sessions. We guide you initially to gather yourself and to be consistent, be regular for these meditations. So that'll help.
Yeah, thank you. Vijay Arora has put a question. How can we consistently practice meditation? Yes, a very important question. So what I did was, now earlier when I began my meditation journey, whenever I remember, it just comes, pops in my mind, I just sit and meditate. But I wasn't able to consistently do it. So one of the suggestions I got was identify a space in your room, in your house. So that was one way to do. There are many ways, probably many ways to do. So I identified a spot in my room which is not disturbed. That is reserved for meditation. So I keep mat there to sit, and I have those books and things around which is completely kept uncluttered. So the moment I see the wake up and I see that spot, that's an indication for me that that's a space for my meditation. So I sit there and meditate. So that has helped me to constantly come back and practice meditation. And the second thing is the intent. Have that intent that I want to practice meditation, which is going to help me out. Prithvi, you want to add something out of your experience?
Yeah, the consistency is the moment we prioritize ourselves, no? It becomes a compulsion. We don't postpone eating food, right? It's a priority. We don't postpone spending time with our loved ones because it's a priority. So, spending time with our own self should also become the utmost priority so that the consistency is made. And also, we can take up challenges if being consistent, tell to people and announce to people around you saying that I'm taking up a 21-day challenge meditation so that when we tell it to people, we are more. um responsible, we act more responsible towards our actions. So take it up as a challenge to meditate for 21 days, 40 days, and you'll definitely be consistent.
Thank you. Somebody has raised their hands named iPhone. Yes, ma'am, I can see you in video. Please ask your question.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much. And I have a question. Like every day, one new topic is introducing. How can we go further with that topic? Teachers will say, will give the idea this one, but how to move forward with those topics? How to get more on that subject?
Okay, so take one day at a time. So each day the topics are carefully planned such a way that we're keeping the beginners in the mind. Like for first 11 days, we're going to plan topics in such a way that you're taken through that journey. Like in the beginning, the topic was about science of observation, because observation, it all starts with observation of breath. Then we went to science of meditation and so on. And today we are discussing about what happens when we meditate, the churning of the mind, what happens in the mind. We keep telling about cut your thoughts, but negative is coming and positive thoughts are coming. So these are important. So take one day at a time, understand the essence, why this topic is being discussed, and understand with your own experience. And that's how it is going to help.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, there is definitely a connectivity. Yesterday, while talking about presence, Sam also brought up a topic on pain body. Pain body is nothing but emotions, right? The
Mm-hmm.
emotional side of the ego. We are all carrying that emotional body. And that emotional body comes on to the layer, and we start seeing things. We start feeling very difficult, depressed as we meditate. So, we are trying to say that when we have a pain body, we start seeing that we have a pain body in meditation. Until now, we are unconscious of it. We really don't know. But now,
Mm.
as we meditate, we are becoming aware that yes, there is a pain body. I have that emotions. This emotion is coming onto the layer. So this awareness starts building. That is why we have very precisely connected the topics. Yesterday we talked about the presence. Only
Okay.
in the presence we become aware, and we start seeing that the pain body is taking us from to the past or the future. Okay, and we see what is that accumulated memories. They come onto the layer. So today we talked what happens, how the purification of the mind happens. Okay.
Mm. Oh, nice. Very nice. And I have one question, madam. Um, like for me, um, actually, whenever I get into any problem or something, if I pray God, somehow I will get help and it will be resolved. Every time will be resolved. I'm like a happy person. Sometimes I will think why I have to go for meditation. Right now I'm living happily, no issues with me. Every day is going cool, and why I should means like uh, always I will discuss with my dad. Daddy, I'm attending these sessions. These are very good. Means my daddy will asking why you are stepping into the different boat till now. All these my life. I am into like a puja or something. God is there, praying God, it will resolve all issues. Now my daddy was asking why you are stepping into the different boat all of suddenly.
Yes, madam, I have been seeing you. I've been seeing you in our past programs also. You have been
That is
very,
the reason I'm moving forward actually. My mind is in the dilemma, like um everything is going smooth. Why should I change to the different? But two boats is always my father was saying why the journey on two boats is not good. Either completely shift to other one or stay with this one.
yeah. Why you joining our sessions regularly?
Because I like this wisdom that knowledge is completely different to me. So somehow I'm satisfying. Like my mind always saying join the session and get the knowledge.
Yes, yes. See, the actual nature of the soul is it has the thirst for knowledge. Okay, you're
Yeah,
curious
yeah.
to know what is happening in every sessions because you want more knowledge. So that is
Mm.
what we're talking about. Shrutimaya Pragna is we want to hear, we want to know. That is the actual uh, thirst of the soul. We want to know. There is so much of unknown things we want to know. That is why we are coming into meditation. Only in meditation we get the real knowledge, the real.
Right, right.
Yes, that is why you are very curious and joining our sessions.
That is the only reason. But I'm not moving forward on the meditation actually. Knowledge is different and meditation is different, right? We need both swadhyaya and this meditation. Both we need. But okay, knowledge. I'm more into the knowledge than meditation.
Yes. So you are still in the Shrutimaya Pragna. It has not put you into Chintana. It has actually put you into Chintana Maya Pragna, but you are not experiencing it because you are not practicing it. So to
Mhm.
see the real practices, I saw that you joined for the knowledge session, but not for the meditation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So join for the meditation also. Join from the very beginning of the session. Sit for meditation. Sit with the group meditation. Knowledge, see, these informations you will get it anywhere on the internet. Today there is no lack for information. Everywhere there is information. And the sad part is we are getting addicted to informations. We want to collect more and we think by getting more information we are becoming knowledgeable. No, the real knowledge you will gain only with your own experience. So don't just get attracted to the topics that are discussed here. The practice is very important. Come to the meditation, sit with the group, do the meditation, and see if you will progress or not. Without practicing, if you say meditation is not taking me anywhere, what can we say, right? So practice meditation.
Mhm.
And be an
Okay.
experimenter, madam. You are a scientist. You are a spiritual scientist. So experiment.
Yeah, I
As of
remember.
now, your father is correct. Why you are going to different world, but you experiment, you experience, then you can tell with your own, with your own.
Because I have to tell my dad why I'm moving to different world means
Sorry,
I
the
don't
voice
have
is
any
cracking.
answer actually. And no, when my father was asking why you are changing your path means I don't have any answer. Why I'm
That's okay.
changing my path.
That's okay. You still choose to come online and learn things. Like Prithvi said, meditate. Also meditate, because outside there are many. Get deep inside. It's time to get inside, meditate, and then contemplate.
After your class, sir, you said once experience. You took the class on experience, right? Experience yours. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Sure,
you,
sure.
ma'am.
I will do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have Rajeshwari ji also raise the hands. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. Namaste, all masters. 1 week back, some of my friends sent this link to me. So I'm hearing these lessons, 2-3 lessons are wisdom lessons or meditation. I followed since 1 week only. I like very much, and I'm impressed about the topics. I'm habituated to doing the meditation and all the wisdom sections, Patriji, follower of Patriji, and life factors, everything. So these topics are, I impressed with these topics, and very good expression and very good telling. That's why I joined these classes, and some WhatsApp link also I've opened. But one of my question is, can I see all the videos, some of the videos, previous videos? Is it available in the YouTube or not? That is my question. Now I am following, but the previous topics.
Yes, ma'am. There is a YouTube. All these programs are taken live on YouTube PMC channel. So I think somebody will share the YouTube link in the Zoom chat. We also have a WhatsApp group where daily these links are being shared so that you can still view the later point of time.
Live I am attending now, but
Yes.
old YouTube recorded things
Yes.
I didn't get. That's why I am asking.
Okay. We'll share that in the WhatsApp group, ma'am. Sure.
But okay.
Thank you.
You masters are a small, young children. You are telling much wisdom. So I am so old, but I'm bless you all. Great masters you are. That's why I can tell. So my English may not comfort. Please adjust. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Till now I will follow. But if available, previous also I will go through.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much,
Thank you
ma'am.
very much.
Can I invite Rajan sir now? I think he's back. Yes, Rajan sir, are you able to?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, I can hear you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It was a wonderful session today, and tributes to and compliments also to you and Prithvi, because so many items are so useful. That is, we had talked about. I think Prithvi mentioned about how her aunt was taken to the doctor, and then he didn't even examine her to find out how her mental state is. That is very important, you know. And doctors are so very happy prescribing medicines and drugs and all that. So I just wanted to give you a brief of what Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton, has told in his book, Biology of Belief. And there he has revealed the American Medical Association has recognized that medicine is the third leading cause of death in the United States. However, a group of medical doctors found that when you do all the statistics, not simply using estimates, medicines are the leading cause of death in the US. So even a group has examined to see how far the statement is correct. And it has been proved that unnecessarily medicines have been prescribed. So we should thank Bruce Lipton for this great disclosure. And because he was a stem cell biologist and he believed, as you have rightly said today in the course of your session today and yesterday also, Sampath said that it's so very important that we are in the present. So when Prithvi said about her aunt being taken to the doctor, then mental health part of it has never been examined. So it really means that you had some memories which have been haunting you, which have been giving you problems. So you have to be in the present. So the past is only causing more obstruction to your day-to-day life. This is what we have to understand. So he says positive thoughts have a profound effect on behavior and genes, but when they are in harmony with the subconscious programming that we do, and negative thoughts have an equally powerful effect. So when we recognize how these positive and negative beliefs control our biology, we can use this knowledge to create lives filled with health and happiness. So it's very important. So he says, gone are the days when we used to feel it is hereditary. There's nothing like that. Everything depends upon the cell generation, and the cells have got the capacity to adjust among themselves. I remember in one of the sessions I mentioned that Dr. Ranade, in his book Technology of Consciousness, he says he gives a simple example just to prove that all the cells in your body are uniformly working. They're working together to see that you are comfortable. Okay. So the example that he gives is, suppose the thumb is cut due to an accident in the factory or something like that. Later, either after transplantation or otherwise, when it really starts growing, it grows and comes into the same shape. How does it happen? Because the cells are joining together to see how this can be brought about into the same format, same shape that it was originally. So that's a very important book, Technology of Consciousness. So what Bruce Lipton says is, as parents, we need to understand the role that we play in programming our children's beliefs and the impact that those beliefs have on our children's lives. So whether you are a parent or not, or as a former child, the insights that we need to have are very important to decide how our body should be. So mind and body are interrelated. So just so it's very important that we remember. I remember Patriji very often when he says that don't specify the nature of the disease. Don't label the disease. So it's very important that you simply say your lack of energy. So it is Bruce Lipton, who gave so much importance to energy and the quantum physics that came later on in the 2013 onwards. That is what is giving more stress on energy and less on genes. Because invariably we used to believe that if a person is a good tennis player, his son has to be another good tennis player, but very often it is not. He may be a good musician on the other hand, but not a tennis. So genes have no role there. So it is only the surrounding circumstances and the belief systems that we cultivate that is important in our own health and in our own progress. So salutations to Bruce Lipton for his excellent book, Biology of Belief. All of us should read that book to know how our cells are being reformed. It again gets life and it keeps on helping us in the course of our sensations. The Patriji strongly believe that medicines are not required for maintaining perfect health. The mind alone is enough. So the subconscious mind, as Prithvi rightly said, subconscious mind is 90%. The active mind is only 10%. So it is the subconscious mind that drives us into negativeness like fears, hatred, jealousy, etc. So it's very important that not only we change our belief systems properly, as Seth has also said, that self-approval is required, that we have to approve ourselves. Yesterday I was relating that part of Seth's statement, that self-approval and self-delight both are required in the course of our journey on this earth. So with these words, we close today and let us again remember the very important quotation of Richard Bach, who said that the only obligation that one has in any lifetime is to be true to oneself. So when you are true to yourself, there will be no room for dishonesty or for anger or hatred. We always have positive thoughts, and positive thoughts will take us miles ahead. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for adding those valuable information that has really added a lot. Thank you so much, sir. All right, I think we'll take one last question from the chat by Surendra. How to stop doing multiple things at a time? Start doing one thing at a time. I mean, concentrate only meditation at a time of doing. Well, Surendra, I had the same doubt long back. I asked the same thing with Sampath. So he said beautifully, okay, when you sit for meditation and you have few things to do, it is better to stop meditation and do that thing which you feel is very important. Finish the task, then sit for meditation. Because sitting for meditation, keeping that mind, oh, I need to do all these tasks, only then there's no point doing meditation, because the very purpose of meditation is to bring your awareness. So if it is from that context, it is better to finish that activity and then come and sit for meditation. Are there any other questions? Is our lifespan increase if cells work uniformly?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Actually, there is another byproduct of meditation, that is reversing the age. This happens with only meditation, because only in meditation there's a telomeres, we call it as telomeres, that gets released, activated, which strengthens and elongates the telomeres of our chromosomes. So as we age, this chromosome starts shrinking. They start becoming less in the size. But when we meditate, this hormone, this telomerase, starts getting released in the body, and it increases. It repairs the tear that happens in the telomerase. So it reverses the age, which means we become more younger and younger as we meditate. This was done on a very long meditators, Buddhist monks, and they got to know about this. There's a very famous scientist named Elizabeth Blackburn. She got even the Nobel Prize for coming up with this study.
Wonderful. Thank you. I think there's one more hand raised. We will take this question also from ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
The continuation of that question asked by me. So continuation of that, age is reversibly working, then how death will occur?
The wear and tear of body will keep happening, madam. If you're very, there are yogis who are living for 200 years. There are people who are living for 150 years. So that will definitely happen. I think Rajan sir wants to add for it.
Yeah, ready? Shall I speak?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please.
Regarding this lifespan, we have been seeing so much of the physical and the anatomical aspects of this through various scientists, etc. But there are so many other factors which need to be examined, especially the law of karma. And what are your perceptions and what are the promises and pledges that you have taken in the other worlds in your past lives? Okay. So in your past life, you may have taken the pledge that you will be on this earth for not more than 70 years because you got other work. And during the 70 years, we'll be doing so much of good work here. So when you have already taken a decision to that effect, then there is no question of extending your lifespan for an extended period. Because how can you explain the death of Adi Shankaracharya at the age of 32 or Swami Vivekananda almost the same age? So you can extend your lifespan to some extent through these measures like your programming your mind properly, having your belief system properly, eating food moderately. So many things are there. Your life behavior, all that can be done. But ultimately, what rules the entire aspect of the longevity of our life is the pledge you have taken in the other world. Read the book of Sylvia Brown, Temples on the Other Side, then you will know what are the pledges that you have taken or made. That explains why you see so many people who are so healthy, wealthy, everything is there. But suddenly, one fine day, they forget to breathe, isn't it? So we see so many people dying at a very young age. So there is no guarantee of life beyond a particular uh, age just because you have been observing all this. But everything depends upon what pledges you have taken and what are the promises that you have made in terms of karma. So I just wanted to add this. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Over to you, Prithvi.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was wonderful knowing the purification of emotions, purification in the WhatsApp group, because we are almost very late with the session. So we'll be closing, and you can also ask the questions tomorrow. So let's call it a day and have a great day. Thank you. So tomorrow we'll have another wonderful speaker, and we will come up with another lot of questions and a lot of wisdom and a lot of meditation. See you all tomorrow. Thanking you on behalf of and PSSM. Thank you, all. Bye. See you tomorrow.